Starting the 7 o'clock hour with a live look right now of the high country. This is that Steamboat. Beautiful shot where some of our mountains are going to get a light little dusting of snow. It's supposed to get a couple of inches over the course of the day. It could cause from some slick spots on the roadways, especially heading up I-70. Here in the metro area, we might see a little something later today. We'll check in with Katie in a moment. Thanks for joining us. Happy Tuesday. I'm Corey Rose.
And I'm Drew Carney. We like the idea of these outside shots. I mean, not you and I going outside, but we have Katie LaSalle outside in the backyard. So, Katie, let's talk about that forecast because we do have the potential for a wintry mix here in the city.
Yeah, a little something, something, as Corey said. And outside this morning, it is colder, about 15 degrees so than it was this time yesterday. So it's chilly, cloudy, but dry this morning. Pretty seasonal for this time in early February. Daytime highs still in the low 50s, but what a beautiful sunrise. The cloud coverage as the sun comes up in the sky, creating some really pretty colors. Dry right now, but yes, the mountains are bracing for some light snow. Steamboat Springs a dusting, but some of our northern Front Range high country towns will pick up around 1 to 2 inches at most. Now, this is not a major storm system, a weak weather disturbance, but it will bring in some gusty winds, cool temperatures, highs in the 50s later on, and then the chance for scattered rain and snow. Less than an inch of accumulation expected here across the metro area and eastern plains, but places like the Palmer Divide and high country could see around 1 inch to 2 at most develop. But for the first half of the day, it's going to stay dry, mostly cloudy. By 11 o'clock, 49 degrees, so a nice little warm up ahead. The winds currently relatively calm. We have seen some gustier conditions off to our west, but here's Futurecast. Hour by hour, taking us through our northern mountains, it'll be showers, widely scattered, isolated in nature. The eastern plains, Denver, some raindrops first possible, mainly after 3 o'clock. Best chance for any accumulation will be late tonight into early tomorrow morning out across the eastern plains. So, Brianna, this could cause some slick spots depending on where the snow falls, but you can see our big picture on the map, not widespread and not everywhere. We'll see precipitation before sun will be shining all day long tomorrow. How are things looking right now?
Yeah, it's pretty busy. 7:02 is your time for this Tuesday morning. Let's get you out the door with a live look from Sky 9 right near I-25 at 104th Avenue. This is usually where we start to see bumper to bumper traffic, and we're kind of seeing it from those brake lights and those headlights for folks heading north and southbound this morning. Of course, all those brake lights that you're seeing, those are all the southbound lanes. I want to switch things over to our CDOT cameras because we're also seeing some impacts along I-25 heading northbound, and you can kind of see it right now on your screen. This is near I-25 and 225, so between Hamden and Bellevue, we're getting reports of a crash. So let me show you what that looks like on our big map. Zooming into that area, there's 2 left lanes heading northbound along I-25 near Hamden that are partially blocked with crews there on scene. So there's stop and go traffic happening right now. So if you're heading from 225, heading southbound into I-25, heading northbound to I-25, you're probably going to come across these delays. Right now, you're looking at a 14-minute drive, your overall drive along 225 and slowing down to 47 miles per hour.
Brianna, thank you. We do have some breaking news this morning. We have learned that this morning's shelter in place at the Willow Place Apartments is related to a criminal investigation. That's according to Loveland police. We're told that the person involved has been, quote, safely apprehended. The shelter in place has been lifted, but you're still asked to avoid the area if you can.
All right, we're going to stay in Loveland for this next story. City Council there will consider changing how it enforces its homeless camping ban today. So the vote is taking place just days after the city dropped its plan to create a new long-term shelter. The agenda for today's City Council meeting includes the second and final reading of an ordinance that would scrap a requirement that the city have available shelter to start ticketing unauthorized campers or begin the process of removing camps. The city's only overnight shelter for adults is currently a temporary setup at the Loveland Resource Center, but the services there are going to end in the middle of next month. City Council had talked about buying a building and converting it into a long-term shelter, but last week the city said it could not find an organization to run it, so it scrapped that plan.
A Colorado Springs police officer hospitalized after a shooting yesterday is expected to be released soon. That's according to the city's mayor. The police department says that officer was shot while taking part in an operation to arrest a fugitive. Investigators say after the operation, officers tried to talk to a man they thought was suspicious. They say the man ran away, pulled out a gun, and shot the officer. 2 officers shot back, hitting the man. We are working to figure out how he is doing this morning. The latest update was that he was in critical condition.
Colorado State Patrol is exclusively talking to 9 News about a program that they offer to victims.
It's their Victim Advocate program. It is a crucial part of their mission. 9 News reporter Lauren Scafidi joins us live in Denver to tell us more about it.
Good morning. 9 News had the chance to talk to 2 women who lost their sister in a car accident. That accident was 21 years later, and today Those sisters say that they are so thankful for all of the help that they got from CSP. The goal is that no victim has to understand or navigate any sort of trauma alone. The Colorado State Patrol has a victim advocate program designed to support people in crisis right when they need it the most. Advocates are on call. They provide emotional support and help explain what happens next. They connect victims and families with resources from counseling to legal help. Stacy's little sister, Christy, died in a car accident. She was 16 years old when her friend lost control of the car that they were riding in. This happened 2 decades ago. Stacy says the victim advocate, Dolores, was a huge help in her processing in the days after her sister's accident. She still has her victim advocate's card.
I just had so many questions, and Dolores helped us so much and really helped us meet other families that had lost and had gone through loss, and or years afterwards, and could help that. And just the network of people at the Colorado State Patrol were so helpful.
Coming up on 9 News Mornings and streaming on 9 News Plus, we're going to hear from that victim advocate, Dolores, about why she does this work still and why it's so meaningful to her. Live in Denver, Lauren Scafidi, 9 News.
Lauren, thank you. There are not enough forensic pathologists to investigate deaths, with hundreds of unfilled jobs around the nation and only about 40 new forensic pathologists entering the field each year. But the city of Denver is trying to make a dent in the issue. The city has a fellowship program to help train forensic pathology fellows. The one-year program graduates 1 fellow a year, and interim chief medical examiner Dr. Sterling McLaren says it gets people into careers, including her. McLaren said the specialized training and expertise is critical to help accurately determine cause of death.
And you want to be right. So this isn't just important for vital statistics, but it's important for families who have lost someone. It's important in the legal system, being able to testify as to how someone died. It's all very important to be accurate and scientific.
McLaren says building a pipeline to help get people on the road to forensic pathology is vital, and more is needed to help address staffing challenges nationwide in the coming years.
The Colorado Senate is close to passing a bill that would expand the state's red flag law. Democrats want to add to the list of people and institutions that can petition a court to temporarily confiscate someone's guns. Democrats advanced the measure over Republican opposition this week. If it does pass, the bill would allow healthcare facilities, behavioral health centers, schools, and colleges to petition a court for an extreme risk protection order when someone may be a danger to either themselves or others. Those types of orders and that type of law was only allowed before by family members or law enforcement officers. Critics argue that the new bill is an infringement of the Second Amendment and will discourage gun owners from seeking mental health treatment. The bill still has to pass a final vote in the Senate before it heads to the House for debate.
Democrats in the state legislature, who hold a large majority, are working to pass a slate of bills related to federal immigration policies. But constitutional law experts say some may be more symbolic than effective. Democrats announced a package of bills. One would allow state lawsuits against federal officers. Another would ban federal officers from wearing masks. Jasmine Chavez, an attorney and professor at MSU Denver, says enforcing legislation, especially the mask ban, might be difficult.
And for the most part, what we've seen historically is that the supremacy clause as well as the immunity clause is going to win at the end of the day, right? If it's about a federal enforcement strategy.
Denver City Council has proposed anti-masking legislation on the local level. The Department of Homeland Security has already said if it does pass, they won't follow it.